So there's like a park where a lot of people walk their dogs right here in the morning. I see them. Seen the first morning I saw some dogs getting into it with other dogs. They were beefing it and everything. But yeah, heading to the gym right now. I had to get a combination lock because they got lockers. And I don't want to be carrying around stuff at the gym. So I got a little combination lock. Had to wait for that. So I'm getting to the gym a little later today. But these Ubers out here. So Uber in Colombia, from what I've seen and from what I've heard from the drivers, is at first they were saying it's not allowed. At first, because when I touched down in the airport, when I first touched down at the airport, my friend told me that he couldn't order the Uber, like it declined from his bank or some, I don't know. So then I was like, I felt like I heard that it's available in Colombia. So what I did was I still ordered it, but when you get to the front, when you get to the area where you got to call the taxi, they got just a million people lined up, like ready to basically they're trying to get you to take their taxi. And so this boy down here struggling. Shit kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see if you can see him. He's struggling, like doing something. Look, down there. He's kicking stuff. Anyways, when you get to the place where you gotta call the taxi, they're like, nah, like you can't do Uber. And so I still tried it, but so I finally got the Uber. But what the guy told me was you can't like they're not allowed at the airport. Like the Uber drivers, they're not allowed to be taking. They're not allowed to take passengers at the airport. So what they do is they park like kind of like across the street in the parking lot, on the low. So they gotta they basically like on some sneak stuff, because I guess in the country they banned. So this is how I go to the gym. You gotta walk over it. You gotta walk over this bridge and it's across the street. But I guess in this country they banned because of the taxi services. I guess they all like came together, and in like a couple years ago they banned it from because they were taking a lot of income away from the taxi drivers. And so you see a bunch of taxis, and so what happened was they still do it, but you basically gotta the way it is like it's technically, when you call a Uber, you're renting a car with a driver. That's how it was explained to me. So instead of getting a ride share or getting almost like a taxi service or a car service, they technically classify as you're renting a vehicle with a driver in it for that short period of time. So that's how they work around it. But it is available here. So I've been using it basically daily. I've never paid more than like $4.50, And yesterday I went somewhere that was like it was like 42 minutes away. When he got in the car, I seen the Waze app. It was 42 minutes away. I think because of traffic, probably a little bit closer, but it was 42 minutes away, and it was only like $3.50. So yeah, everything's been like between $1 and $4. So it's super cheap to take Uber out here. They got the wait and save. They got the regular one. But yeah, so it's basically like you could go anywhere, and for the low, you know what I'm saying? You just got. For me, I'm like, I'm not a fan of driving, and I'm a cautious driver when I do drive, so it's a little different to get used to, but it is what it is. One of the big differences here is, I'm not sure yet. I haven't done it enough, but if you stay in the if you go in the Uber, right? You got the option to sit in the back or the front. It's been like half and half. When they'll allow you to sit in the back, but yesterday one guy was like, oh, if it's only one person, you have to sit in the front, basically next to them. So maybe for safety reasons, but it's been hit and miss. I've only done two Ubers with my friend, and obviously both times we were able to sit in the back. But for the times that I was solo, it's like half and half. Like, one, the dude just opened the front door, so I'm like, and it was like starting to drip, like sprinkle a little bit, and so I was like, all right, let me just hop in. But the other one was he was like, yo, you gotta sit in the. I sat in the back. I got in the back, and he was like, nah, you gotta sit in the front. I'm like, all right. And he was like, don't slam the door. Like, I'm like, damn. But yeah, for the most part, it's the same thing, same app, same everything. So it's very easy. It converts the money. So so you don't gotta do any of that. You can just pay with your card. So yeah, so I find it very convenient. I'm gonna probably try some of these other. There's a taxi service that I use from the Jumbo, and there's also so that's like actually like a car service, I guess you could say. And then there's a taxi. There's obviously there's little taxis that I showed, but I'm gonna see how much that car service is like compared. It's all super cheap. I mean, if I'm saving money, it's gonna be like $1.50. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all super cheap. So I'll probably just stick with the Uber. I will say that I have been thinking about, like, for days that I'm gonna be out and about, like Saturday or Sunday or something like that, Sunday fun day, whatever the case. I do think that I got the contact of my first driver. He speaks English and Spanish. What I'm gonna do is, oh, by the way, I'm in this mall from one of the other vlogs. They're barely kind of opening up. This is where my gym is, kind of connected to the same mall. But the dude that speaks English, the first Uber driver, he said that he was cool with like being like private, like a private driver or whatever. Like he does that as well, and he had a lot of a lot of trips. You can see on the app like how many trips they've actually had or whatever. So he yeah, I asked if he was down to it. He's like, yeah. So what I'm thinking is like a day that I'm gonna be out and about, if I could just use him for the day, pay him like whatever for the full day, see how much it is, see how much he would charge. That might be an option as well. So I don't know, we'll see. But getting around without a vehicle is definitely affordable. So there is a lot of wait times, like as far as like once you call them, once you like hail or whatever the Uber, they it's a lot of traffic. So don't be on US time, American time or whatever, because when I was at the mall, it said 6 minutes away for like 20 minutes. So yeah, so just be, yeah, I kind of knew that going in, so that was just kind of my mindset, just be on the Colombian time. So yeah, as far as like regular, like in the like, because in the States you got these over talkative Uber drivers in the super early morning. Sometimes you're just like, man, I'm not on that right now. I'm trying to hit the gym this morning, get my little workout in. I haven't ate or nothing. So it is kind of nice when you're in a foreign country to do it, because you got the luxury of being like, oh, I'm American, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is. I'm liking the transportation system. It's not super. It's kind of what I expected. Living in Miami, like you kind of expect that, because there's a lot of people that come from other countries, and they just honking and doing their own thing, honking all over the place, and like making their own rules. So you kind of get accustomed to that style, how they drive, whatever. That's Juan Valdez Cafe. So that's a super popular spot out here, where they like, I guess it would be considered like almost like not a Starbucks, but like a local Starbucks. Yo, look at this bird, man. These birds is built different out here. Yeah. Boys, they begging for food out this motherfucker. Yo. You run at a bird out here, and he's gonna swing at you. That's how these birds are out here. But nah, yeah, just finished with the gym, back and biceps, a little bit of cardio. Yeah, so the another thing about the taking the Ubers, is if that's the way you do it, for me, the way I'm doing it, the way I'm approaching it is like, learn something from one of the drivers. At least learn like one thing from the drivers, because like if you approach that, if you learn every single day one thing from one driver, then you could basically, you could learn a lot in a week or in a couple days, whatever. Okay, trying this place. It's called Al Pastor, or no, Al Asador. Almost said Al Pastor, but it's called Al Asador. I ordered some stuff. I'm gonna see what it's hitting for. Yeah, just trying. There's a soup. I ordered a soup and soup, chicken, some rice. I kind of been doing like smorgasbord a little bit, like a little bit of everything, so I can try to see what I like out here. There's the spot. I mean, it looked good from the picture, so you see what they. Gracias. Let's see. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to say about the Uber thing is you're gonna be in at least in Bogota, Colombia, you're gonna be in small Ubers for the most part. They got these little joints, like it's like it almost looks like a damn lawnmower. It's like those small smart car or whatever the case, but that's all they use out here. And so just know that it's like a smaller car. There's a lot of it looks like a lot of chaos when you're riding. So you know, just know that that's their norm out here, and it's not. You know, if you haven't been to a place where they drive crazy, like LA they don't really drive crazy like that. It's just a lot of traffic. But if you've been to like Florida or New York, where they have a lot of like crazy driving, it'll be a little bit easier to adjust. But as far as like coming here without experience of that like international flavor or international driving influence in the culture, then you're gonna be like, oh shoot, what's going on? There's a lot of these people just merging in lanes and looking like they about to hit people, and there's a lot of motor ganchos on the road. So it's like free for all basically. It's like if you're trying to cross the street, you're playing Frogger. It's crazy. But yeah, as long as you know that going in, as far as when you're in a ride, you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But always my thing is like make sure to check check their little ratings on Uber. And then also like being able to see what they're looking like. If they look sketchy or not, then you I just pass it up, you know. But as long as they have like a bunch of ratings, that means that they've done a lot of rides. And so yeah, that's my little spiel on Uber. About to hopefully the food will be out here any second. There we go. Okay, gracias. So this is a joint. I'm gonna try and dig in. Gracias. So they bring it in like a mason jar. Okay. All right. So I had this soup. Hold on. I'm gonna turn it around. So I had this soup. I'm not gonna lie. The soup was okay. It was just like a chicken soup. Tastes like damn near chicken noodle soup. The chicken was good, is good. I'm still eating, but chicken's good. The fries, they got a lot of salt in them. I could taste a lot of salt. The rice is good. The guac, I mean, I don't have really anything to eat with the guac except the fries, so I might take the guac to go. It's kind of a lot. And then, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Spot. So. Yeah, that's it for this video.